Dear students, in this session we will learn few things regarding capacitance. When we learnt about electrostatic potential, we learned that the potential is always directly proportional to the charge, that is Q and V would be always proportional to each other. For example, when we derived expression for electric potential at a point due to a point charge, we had derived it as V is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by R. So V and Q are proportional to each other. Even in a conductor, the charge on the conductor is directly proportional to the potential of the conductor, or you can also say that Q is equal to some constant C into V, where C is a constant of proportionality called as capacitance of the conductor. What is capacitance of the conductor? Capacitance literally means ability. Here also, capacitance of a conductor, which is numerically equal to the charge on the ratio of the charge on the conductor to the potential. It tells you about the ability of the conductor to store charges on it. So the capacitance of a conductor is given by the ratio of the charge on the conductor to the potential of the conductor. So C is given by Q by V. The capacitance of a conductor depends on few things like the shape and size of the conductor, the dielectric medium surrounding the conductor, and also the presence of other conductors nearby. I repeat, capacitance of a conductor depends on three important factors. That is, it depends on the shape and size of the conductor, the dielectric medium surrounding the conductor, and also the presence of other conductors nearby. These three factors decides the capacitance of a conductor. See, when we wrote C is Q by V, the constant C is called as the capacitance of the conductor. See, if V is equal to 1, then Q will be equal to C. So, actually, what is the role played by the charge? See, when you can observe here that as Q increases, C also increases. How to define the capacitance of a conductor? The capacitance of a conductor is defined as numerically equal to the charge required to raise the potential of the conductor by 1 volt. So as you go on adding charge onto a conductor, the capacitance and also the potential of the conductor also goes on increasing. So capacitance of a conductor is numerically equal to the charge required to raise the potential of the conductor by 1 volt. The capacitance of a conductor is always expressed by a unit known as farad. Farad is the SI unit of capacitance of a conductor. It is being expressed by the symbol capital F. A conductor is said to have a capacitance of 1 farad if addition of 1 coulomb of charge raises the potential of the conductor by 1 volt. See here, when you add 1 coulomb of charge, that is if Q is equal to 1, if the potential of the conductor increases by 1 volt, that is if V also becomes equal to 1, then C will be equal to 1. So the capacitance of a conductor is said to be 1 farad if addition of 1 coulomb of charge raises the potential of the conductor by 1 volt. That is how you define 1 farad. Now we will think of the capacitance of a spherical conductor. We will consider a spherical conductor of some radius r. Let us say it is a charged spherical conductor. The charge on the spherical conductor is plus q. And supposing this spherical conductor is placed in a medium of relative permittivity epsilon r. You know that the potential on the surface of the conductor is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into epsilon r into q by r. This is where I have to remind you that the expression that we had derived for electric potential at a point due to a point charge, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r. Since here it is kept in some medium of dielectric constant epsilon r, V will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon r into q by r. Now we are trying to arrive at an expression for capacitance. You know that capacitance is given by q by V. So it is q by, I am substituting for V as 1 by 4 pi epsilon r into q by r. Q and q gets cancelled. So what you are left over is 4 pi epsilon r into r, which goes to the numerator. So the capacitance of the spherical conductor is given by 4 pi epsilon r into r. Now we will think of a situation. We will calculate the radius of a spherical conductor kept in air medium whose capacitance is equal to 1 farad. So I repeat, now we want to calculate the radius of the spherical conductor required, which is having a capacitance of 1 farad placed in air medium. So in order to do that, see from this expression, r will be c by 4 pi epsilon naught. So if I want to calculate r will be equal to c by 4 pi epsilon naught. Already it has been said that the spherical conductor should have a capacitance of 1 farad. You know that 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 to the power of 9. So C is 1 farad. Therefore, R would be equal to 9 into 10 to the power of 9 meters. So this is the radius of the spherical conductor required to have a capacitance of 1 farad when placed in air medium. I think you have understood this. See, first we thought of calculating the radius of a spherical conductor placed in air medium having a capacitance of 1 farad. So we started from this expression, C is 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon r into r. Epsilon r will be 1 for air medium. So C is 4 pi epsilon naught r, or r is C by 4 pi epsilon naught. So r is C by 4 pi epsilon naught. But it has been said that the capacitance required is 1 farad. So C will be 1 farad. So it will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. You know that 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 to the power of 9 meters. So this is the radius of the spherical conductor required to have a capacitance of 1 farad when placed in air medium. How big is this 9 into 10 to the power of 9 meter? You can understand that it's a very big radius, something greater than the radius of the earth. So it is very clear that to have greater capacitance, the conductor required will be of very big size. See, this is not practical. It will be always very much difficult to have conductors in order to have the capacitance. Therefore, people thought of a new device known as capacitor. A capacitor is a device used for storing charges. So what is the ability of this device to store charges? That is been measured by a quantity which is called as capacitance. So capacitance tells you the ability of the capacitor to store charges. Basically, what is a capacitor? Capacitor is a device which is used for storing charges. So if you say a capacitor is having greater capacitance, you mean to say that it is having greater ability to store charges. In fact, capacitor is a very important device which plays a vital role in the working of DC and AC circuits. So basically, a capacitor consists of two metal plates, two parallel metal plates separated by a dielectric. See, it will be like this. It will have two identical parallel metal plates. These two metal plates will be separated by a dielectric. In fact, this is the circuit symbol of a capacitor. You will have two parallel metal plates, and these two parallel metal plates will have metallic leads that helps in electrical connection, and the space between the two parallel metal plates will be filled by a dielectric. So first of all, you must be knowing what is the need of having the dielectric. In fact, dielectric helps in increasing the capacitance of the capacitor. Actually, to understand the principle of a capacitor, first I will consider a metal plate. I will consider a metal plate here. Let me call it as some M. So now I bring a charged metal plate close to this M. Initially, M is a electrically neutral metal plate. I bring a charged metal plate N close to M. So let us say it's a charged metal plate. Or we will consider like this. Initially, plate M itself is a charged metal plate. So let us say there are some charges on this metal plate. Like this, it's a positively charged metal plate. Now I bring a electrically neutral metal plate N close to M. Since it is an electrically neutral metal plate, what happens? It will have equal number of positive and negative charges. As soon as I place this N close to M, all the negative charges will be attracted onto the face of N facing M, and all the positive charges will be repelled to the farther face of N. Is it not? See, all the negative charges present on the metal plate N will be attracted onto the face facing M, and the positive charges will be repelled onto the face away from M. Now, actually what happens is, these negative charges reduces the potential of the system, whereas the positive charges increases the potential of the system. Now I connect this farther face of N to earth. When I connect farther face of N to earth, the electrons flows from earth to the farther face of N to neutralize these positive charges. So when the positive charges are being neutralized here, it so happens that the negative charges are left over here. So the negative charges on the face of N facing M will be same as the positive charges on the M. Now the negative charges always reduces the potential of the system. What is the effect? What happens when the potential reduces? you know that capacitance is given by Q by V. So when the potential reduces or decreases, capacitance increases. So this is the working principle of capacitor. I repeat once again. First we considered a charged metal plate M. Then we considered a electrically neutral metal plate N. When I place the neutral metal plate N close to M, all the negative charges on N will be attracted towards the face of N facing M, and the positive charges will be repelled onto the face of N away from M. So actually the negative charges reduces the potential of the system, whereas the positive charges increases the potential of the system. Now we earthed the farther face of N. When we connected the farther face of N to Earth, the electrons from Earth would neutralize the positive charges on N, thereby leaving behind only the negative charges on the face of N facing M. So the net potential of the system decreases. As potential decreases, the capacitance increases. So this is the working principle of a capacitor. Also, when you place a dielectric between the plates of the capacitor, the potential further decreases, thereby further increasing the capacitance of the capacitor. So, a capacitor essentially consists of two conducting surfaces separated by a dielectric. The conducting surfaces are called as plates of the capacitor. When dielectric is introduced, the resultant electric field between the plates of the capacitor decreases, due to which the potential between the plates decreases. Therefore, there will be increase in the capacitance of the capacitor. See, this is the circuit symbol of the capacitor. I told you it will have two parallel metal plates and metallic leads facilitating the electrical connection. So, again, you know that Q and V will be directly proportional to each other. RC is Q by V. How to define capacitance in case of capacitor? Capacitance of a capacitor is the ratio of charge on either of the metal plates of the capacitor, because both the metal plates will be having the same magnitude of charge on them, to the potential difference between the plates of the capacitor. So, capacitance is the ratio of charge on either of the plates of the capacitor to the potential difference across the plates of the capacitor. The SI unit of capacitance of a capacitor is also farad, normally represented by capital F. So, if Q is 1 and V is 1, C will be 1. So, capacitance of a capacitor is said to be 1 farad if 1 coulomb of charge is stored on either of the plates of the capacitor when a potential difference of 1 volt is applied between the plates of the capacitor. See, a capacitor is said to have a capacitance of 1 farad if a charge of 1 coulomb accumulates on each plate when a potential difference of 1 volt is applied across the plates of the capacitor. In fact, practically speaking, farad is a large unit of capacitance. So, always we think of also the smaller units of capacitance like microfarad and picofarad. Microfarad means 10 to the power of minus 6 of a farad. Pico means 10 to the power of minus 12 of a farad. Students, I'll stop at this stage. Again, we started our discussion with the capacitance. We understood what is capacitance, then how to define capacitance of a conductor, then we derived an expression for capacitance of a spherical conductor. Also, we understood the need of capacitor. Then we learnt about the working principle of a capacitor and also the unit of capacitance and the circuit symbol of capacitor and how to define capacitance in case of a capacitor. In the next class, we will study about parallel plate capacitor. Thank you.